Marquise Simmons did not practice with his neck. Martin Coleman did not practice. Abe did practice some, so that was good to see. Go back and look at the film, see how he looked in there. And Amir did some things, even though his ankle's still bothering him. So for the most part, we're pretty healthy.
How would you assess your offense?
Syracuse.
I know, I'm really sorry.
Jeez.
I said, where would they put in my locker? How would you assess your offense after 2 games?
Up and down, tale of two halves really. Both teams have started well moving the ball in the first half, and then have shot ourselves in the foot in the second half. And really, as you look back to why those things happen, a lot of those drives have come down to freshman mistakes, in there. So hopefully that we're getting through those. Anytime that you play young kids, you're going to have that, and hopefully that we're gaining more experience and won't make those mistakes down the road.
Is it personally frustrating to you since the offense is kind of your baby that you haven't, kind of had that breakout game?
Yeah, it's very frustrating, because we're committed to trying to play young guys, and when you do that, this happens a little bit, and we have so many inexperienced players, not necessarily by age, by what year they are, but inexperienced players playing for us on offense. The breakdowns happen, so it's very frustrating. But still, as a head coach, you call the plays to win the game, and so we've gotten conservative in the fourth quarter, and conservative doesn't mean you can't make first downs. Conservative just means you're trying not to turn the ball over and not give the game away. And we still got to make those first downs so we get to third and inches.
Do these guys have to go through these growing pains or become better down the road?
Yeah, I think they do it. I think all of them do it. At some time, Mike went through it at Kansas State. I think he dropped 7 balls that day when we were there, and so they're going to have these mistakes, and hopefully we're getting them out of the way.
Can you talk about the situation and how different you feel that it is than last year?
Well, we don't have much experience there with the kicker, with him being a true freshman, but you do feel better because he has a stronger leg, and so even in practice when he misses it, for the most part he's missing it with length, and so you feel better than the ball squibbing around. So we feel good about where he's at right now, and especially since he made the second one, even though there was a false start.
Is Christian Thomas back in the mix at this point?
Yeah, we've thrown him on special teams some, and he gets sore at times, but he's working his way back.
What's it like having a big 6'7" guy on special teams blocking field goals?
Yeah, it's pretty special. Once in a while you'll have tall guys, but it still takes great effort, and what he's put into it. And even out here at practice today, he was putting the same effort in practice that he was in the game, and so that's why he's doing so well at it.
You've talked about wanting more turnovers. Is there any consideration been given to finding a role for Drew McAllister, who seems to have a knack for intercepting the ball?
Yeah, we've played nobody else at that spot. TJ's taken every snap through 2 games, and so we are going to play Drew. We've already told Drew he is going to play in this game, the 3rd or 4th series, and so we've got to do that with some positions like that.
About the defensive line, are you pleased with the way they're playing? Could they be doing more? Or?
Well, you can always do better, but I think they're playing really well, and they've done a really good job against the run in the front, knocking people back, and they've had some great rushes. They were close to a big sack game. There's a number of times that they were going to have a sack, and something happened why they couldn't get the sack. That's my way of not getting fined right there. I should have figured that out. And then a couple times, one got called back to Johns because of penalty on Nikel. So I thought they had a really good game and had 2 good games.
Are there any players aside from AB and Drew that you told will rotate in the Syracuse game?
We have talked about playing Lamar some more in there. We just talked about Drew and Anthony Brown too.